What is up, guys? Justin here. It is currently Tuesday evening and I am making some preparations for another game sale that we're selling at on Saturday. See, my shelves behind me are kind of empty because I'm getting it all loaded up right now. Same deal as the last one, vinyl record show. We're bringing the video games, and actually I think we're going to be the only game vendor at this one. My buddy Josh can't make it to this one, which is fine. I'm just sitting here trying to convince myself that I'm not stressed out over this like I always am. But realistically though, we're pretty much set to go, and it's only Tuesday. I've known about this show for a few months. I've had all of our systems like tested, boxed up, ready to go for at least a month now, so that's all set. Ryan and I finished pricing up most of the game stuff over this past weekend, so that's all set. We got this, we're giving away an NES system, so I got this cheapo ballot box, thanks to Sabrina for making the artwork on there, and these entry forms. So that's all set to go. I've already taken a bunch of promotional pictures to post up on Facebook to advertise the show. And yeah, the only real big thing I still have to do is I have to go up to the antique store on, trying to go there Thursday morning. I got to grab all of our inventory that's up there. So I'll try and do another one of these updates maybe Thursday morning when I'm grabbing that stuff, and or Friday evening if Ryan's hanging out over here as we're making our final preparations, and then it will be showtime. So I will see you guys in a couple days. Okay, slight change of plans. It is currently Wednesday evening, and I am driving up to the antique store to pick up our game stuff that's up there for the show this weekend. And the reason I'm going up there right now is because I'm also checking out a glass case from a business that's in the same general area that they are looking to get rid of. I've been looking for just like a smaller glass case, nothing massive or anything, you know, like an upright one or something I can put some disc-based games in. I've had a few issues at the antique store with people, you know, stealing discs or swapping price tags or whatever, which, I mean, it's kind of like the price of doing business, you know, since I'm not there all the time. So I've been looking for like a locking glass case that I can put up there to put some of the more expensive stuff in. So I'll see if I can get some pictures of that while I'm there, and then I will be headed to the antique store to grab those games. All right, well, here it is, and I now own it. I just went to check this out, honestly, but she told me she had some other people interested in it. She was only asking $70 for it, which I thought was fair. It's, you know, a little bit used and beat up, but there's no like big cracks or anything in it. It's not glass, it's like acrylic, which is kind of nicer anyway, since it's not as heavy. And, you know, it locks and everything. She had the keys. And so, yeah, I pulled on it, and she actually delivered it for me. We were only like a 5-minute drive away, and I don't think this would have fit in my car, so I gave her an extra $10, so 80 total to deliver this for me. And yeah, it's going to house most of this more expensive stuff. I don't think all of it will fit in there, but I'll see what I can fit in there. But right now, it's all coming with me for the show on Saturday. What's up, guys? Friday evening here. I got Ryan in the back seat here. Sabrina is driving us to the venue for tomorrow morning's video game sale. And the reason we're in her car is because, you probably can't see it back there, but we have one of the cocktail arcade machines in the back. I know I talked a little bit about them in the last record show video. I'm helping my friend Josh market and distribute those in my area. And since he was at the last show selling, he brought one and set it up. But since he can't make it to this one, I volunteered to bring one and set it up for demo, and it'll be for sale too. It's like an older demo unit that we're trying to get rid of, so pretty hefty discount on that one tomorrow. See if I can't get that sold. I would love to not have to haul that back with us tomorrow. But we also got a few stacks of games here, just the cheaper $1 and $2 games that I don't mind dropping off there tonight. They've got the doors open for like another half hour or so, so this should lighten our load for tomorrow morning. But yeah, I might take a quick clip when we get there and get everything unloaded, just to show you guys where we're going to be at for tomorrow. And then hopefully after that it'll be a relatively chill night. I've got mostly everything set, but I'm sure I'll find something that isn't done and start freaking out as usual. So here's a look at our setup here. We managed to make this work with 3 tables again, somehow. Obviously we had to put a bunch of stuff down there on the floor, but that's all the cheaper stuff. I just can't justify paying $30 for another table just to fill it with like $1 and $2 games. So there's Ryan, creeping. I busted out the GoPro for this show to take a time lapse. The battery lasted for like the first half of the show, so this turned out pretty cool. This is something I'll probably try at the next show as well. But let's take a look at what some of the other vendors had here. This was my buddy Ben. He had the booth right across from us, and he did have some game stuff that he brought. This was just a big tub of like filler PS2 stuff here that I dug through, but he had a few systems as well and some board games, and I did make a few purchases from him throughout the day. This was the first bundle I got from him here. A stack of GameCube games there, mostly filler stuff, with maybe the exception of the Monkey Ball on the bottom. There was a Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast as well that I grabbed from him, and that game on the top there is Bible Adventures for the NES, the black cartridge. So I basically just opened up a tab at his booth because I figured I'd be buying some more stuff from him throughout the day. All right, once again hiding behind our bins here. There's a police officer. Just a quick update. It's like 11:15 right now. We're doing okay in sales, not nearly as well as last time, and over half our sales have been like credit or debit cards or whatever. So not ideal, but a sale is a sale. So still got a long way to go here. I'll keep you updated if anything else happens throughout the day. I don't think we've sold any like real big ticket items yet, so there's not a whole lot to update you guys on just yet, but we'll take a look at what else is going on around the show as well. So I think one of the reasons why we had so many card sales is because I decided to make us look professional. Sabrina and I put this sign together that says, hey, we take cards. And in theory, it was a good idea, but I think the problem was a lot of people saw this sign and decided just to pay with their card even if they had cash, because I think we were one of the only vendors, if not the only one, that was taking cards, so it makes sense that they would want to save their cash for other booths. So like I just mentioned, a sale is a sale either way, but when they pay with a card, I basically lose 3% right off the top just to PayPal, and that doesn't account for other taxes and stuff that have to be paid on that, so I don't think that sign will be coming back for our next show. All right, so we just got another little break here. Sales have picked up a little bit, which is nice, mainly because we're selling some systems now. Sold a couple Super Nintendos, sold a Genesis, PS2 Slim, a DSi, there was one or two more GameCube. So we're doing all right on the system sales. That's less we have to go home with, which is good. Might take another walk around here, show off a few more things. But yeah, I was really hoping we'd get some more trade-ins today too. I was pushing that hard on Facebook all week, and so far I bought a few things from the vendor across from us, and my friend Ben, but other than that, no one's brought anything in. So see if we get anything. About 3 hours to go still. Here's a couple more purchases I made from my buddy Ben. Just added these to my tab. That's Spyro Year of the Dragon for the PS1 disc only, and then Maximum Pool for the Dreamcast, which I realized I needed for my collection. And then I also grabbed from him towards the end of the day Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the Bible game for the PS2. And then that's a Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack there. Unfortunately disc only, but he did have it priced accordingly. When all was said and done, I think I ended up giving him $40 cash, plus a little bit of trade credit at our booth for everything that I got from him throughout the day. Something I mentioned at the beginning of the video was this NES giveaway that we were doing at this show, and this ended up being another one of those things that in theory it was a good idea. It just didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. Everybody at the show was super excited about it. We had a lot of entries. There was like 68 individual entries, I think, which was good. The only problem was nobody bought an NES system from us all day. I had like 4 or 5 of them to sell because we sold that many at the last show, and I think the problem is people would rather just throw their name in to win a free one rather than buy one. So this was another idea that probably won't be coming back for the next show. However, I did collect a lot of phone numbers and email addresses from the entry forms. So for all the ones that I can actually read, I think I'm going to put together an email list, and I'm not going to spam it or anything, but a week or so before our next local show, I'll just send out a mass email that says, hey, we're going to be set up again if you want some more video game stuff. So this booth was out in the hallway, and this guy had some pretty cool stuff. I asked him about game stuff, and initially he told me no, but later in the afternoon he came and found me and told me he had a semi-video game related item. And check out what I got from him here. This is Elise from SSX Tricky, a sealed figure from GamePro here, which I thought was pretty cool. He sold it to me for $15, so that'll be a nice piece for the collection. Alright, so it's pretty dead here right now. This is like the deadest I've ever seen one of these shows, so got like another hour and a half to go. I'm hoping for like one more big sale. We've done alright. So for the little amount of stuff that we sold, we're doing pretty good money-wise. Like all the stuff we're selling is like Smash Bros. Melee. Just sold a Mega Man 64, Kirby 64. Like they're all the stuff we're selling. Like we're not selling much filler stuff, which is what we've sold a lot of at the last few shows. So it's always interesting to see what sells and what doesn't. So anyway, I will let you guys know if anything else exciting happens. Like I said, one more big sale, and I think that I would be happy. This was the only trade-in that we got all day, which was quite disappointing. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I was pushing the whole, buy, sell, trade thing on Facebook really hard all week, hoping we could get some trade-ins at this sale. But this was all that came in. Girl brought this in, and she was buying some stuff from us already, so I gave her like $20 or $25 in credit for the stack here that she just put towards her purchase. Rocking out to some Charlie Brown music. So anyway, big sale I was hoping for just happened. Sold a 3DS XL that I had in the box. The one we actually picked it up on the way back from MGC. So that was a nice sale there, and we sold a Game Boy Advance SP right around the same time. So that was a nice $100 and some combined sale there. So we still got like another hour-ish to go. Wouldn't mind selling one or two more systems just so we don't have to take them home. But with that last sale, at this point I'm content. I believe we did sell one more system before the show was over. I want to say it was either a GameCube or a Super Nintendo. Either way, we obviously still had a ton of stuff to take home with us. That's not exactly the most fun part about doing these shows, packing everything back up, getting it home, and trying to get it organized again. But we did it, and here are my final thoughts on the show. So a quick recap of the show for you guys. You can see I got some of the game stuff back on the shelves here. I brought the rest of it back up to the antique store. We're calling the show a success, even though we were a little bit shy of our sales goal. It was still worth doing. It just seemed like there wasn't as many people that came out to this particular show compared to the last couple record shows. So there was a couple other events going on in our town on Saturday afternoon, I believe. So I don't know if that had something to do with it maybe, but like I said, it was still definitely worth doing. And the next record show is not until October, so we've got a ways to go for that one. I'll have all summer to stock up on new inventory, which the garage sales should be starting here in like 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully, so that is good news. And actually, we do have another event lined up over Labor Day weekend at it's a smaller video game convention in central Wisconsin called LinkCon, L-I-N-C-C-O-N. And so table space, vendor table space for that show was free. So I threw my name in just to reserve a few tables, and as of right now, we're planning to go. If we decide not to go, I'll just let them know. I don't have anything invested in it, but I will definitely keep you guys updated on that as well. So thank you guys for sticking around and checking out this whole video, and until next time, take care. This video game sale proudly sponsored by USPS. If it fits, it ships.